This is the big news from today. Of course, there's a ton of big news, but this one really is affecting your life. Microsoft CrowdStrike issue causes largest IT outage in history. Live updates say businesses worldwide grappled with an ongoing major IT outage Friday as financial services and doctors' offices were disrupted while some TV broadcasters went offline. Wow. Banks were shut down. Air travel has been hit particularly hard with planes grounded, services delayed, airports issuing advice to passengers. The outage came as cybersecurity giant CrowdStrike experienced a major disruption early Friday following an issue with a recent tech update. CEO George Kurtz has since said the company is actively working with customers impacted by a defect found in a single content update for Windows hosts, stressing that Mac and Linux hosts are not affected. This is not a security incident or a cyber attack. The issue has been identified, isolated, and a fix has been deployed. One expert suggested it may be the largest IT outage in history, and I just would like to stress, if a single update could disrupt like a large portion of the global economy, you've basically just told all of our enemies the easiest way to, shut down the global economy. Some are actually suggesting there's a conspiracy theory of there's a conspiracy afoot that it actually was a cyber attack against the U.S. They're trying to cover it up because they don't want people to panic. However, what I've seen from some IT channels on X is that the update accidentally had code pointing to what do they call it, like a null identifier? Did you see that too, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Like basically it was a dead link. The memory said pull from this place, and this place was nothing, so it just bricks out.
Like entry-level stuff.
Yeah, don't they usually test updates before sending them out to the entire freaking world?
Not on Fridays.
Automatically I was like, wait, this story kind of doesn't add up here. The first thing that I thought about was Cyber Polygon. Maybe this is a test run, but who knows? Maybe it could be an accident. Maybe it could be a coincidence, but CrowdStrike is kind of a political group. They are kind of more aligned with the Democrats. They blamed Russia on hacking the DNC. They also have a major DEI office. So this is not a bipartisan organization. This is a political organization that also very conveniently wiped off a lot of favorable news coverage for Donald Trump as well. So again, I don't know what happened, but I hope we find out.
I'd like to point out that bricking out is not always a bad thing.
Yeah, the crazy thing about this is that they're saying when all of these computers went down, it's a single update that knocks all the computers offline, and then they have to manually reboot each machine to make it work. This is a huge and glaring cybersecurity issue coming from a company that's supposed to be helping them. But wasn't CrowdStrike involved in like the DNC stuff? Like they claimed that the
Russians were responsible for the DNC hack.
Yeah, that's probably not true. But I love how you've got these, let's just call them friends of the deep state, who will come out and say whatever the deep state wants to hear. And they can tell that to the press. And then you wonder why it is your credit cards don't work. One of the theories going around right now, and I don't really care to believe this stuff, but at least it makes for entertaining content, I guess, is that they're flexing their muscles as a threat to Donald Trump.
I mean, the timing is coincidental, right? It's the day after he accepts the Republican nomination to be the presidential candidate, and he delivers the longest recorded speech in televised history. I mean, I am our resident technophobe. I barely know how to turn on my phone. Jeremy was just trying to fix my battery on my computer. But I will say, the longer Americans go through, they struggle to get into their financial institutions. The flights are all in disarray. It heightens the sense of fear that I think a lot of people have, that the country really is on the brink of instability. And especially after basically a week of very positive messages coming from the Republican campaign, it is hard not to believe that someone out there wants people to go back to feeling not hopeful but scared.